Oh, we're live? Well, hello there. It's your boy Klasic from Klasic Live. I got the homie OG Corn Dog in the building right now. And before we get started, if y'all already know what's happening, y'all need to hit that like, hit that subscribe. And if you new, you know what I mean? If you're on a different platform, do the same thing also. Hit that retweet, heart, follow, subscribe, do all that good stuff, man. Now, we got a crazy video going on, man. Vlad TV and Adam 22 for No Jumper. They've been in a lot of controversy lately, and this latest description has been going on with Lil Boosie and Aries Spears. Now, the main problem that Aries Spears has, he wants to get paid more money. And allegedly, they saying Lil Boosie been getting paid the bag over there by DJ Vlad like $25,000 a episode. Now, you know that's a lot of money. And just to be honest, from my point of view, with Aries Spears, you know he came in the game from Mad TV. He's a stand-up comedian, and as of late, his career hasn't been the most successful. So, you know, coming to Vlad TV was pretty much like not a landmine, but pretty much a cash cow for him, because without Vlad TV, nobody would be hearing about him, or they wouldn't even be caring about him at all. So I can see why he's kind of pressed for the money and want more. But lately, Aries Spears been in the headlines by coming at Ice Cube, by saying Ice Cube haven't made a song that he liked. If y'all remember, back in the day, it was Aries Spears on Corey Holcomb's show. And Corey Holcomb co-host by the name of Zoe got his Ludacris on. He got his Ludacris on and started dropping bowls on him, You know what I'm saying? And this dude was like he was on an earthquake drill. So I already have a history with Aries Spears, and he's kind of like a funny individual. Now, did you hear anything about this, Corey? I mean, Corny?
Man, I heard it sound like motherfuckers is pocket watching, man. You know what I'm saying? Like coming in, looking at what he got, and you want to get paid the same. The thing about it is with that is that whatever he was getting paid, from what I hear, adds up to what Boosie's getting paid. You know what I mean? Like Aries appear more on Vlad. You know what I'm saying? He's like there once a month. And Boosie is there like every 6 months or something. I don't know what it is, but it's like it's a stretch before he comes back. And if you think about it, Aries' money adds up to the time that Boosie comes on. His little in between his time spur, all that money adds up. You know what I mean? To the same what Boosie has. You know what I mean? Boosie just does it one time. That's all it is. But the money's still the same. It's just that you're appearing more than him. That's what that is. You know what I mean?
So wait, you saying Aries Spears is basically doing double or triple times the work that Boosie's putting in?
Yeah.
And he's kind of pocket watching the fact that, hey, I'm doing all this work, but I'm not getting paid as much.
He's getting paid the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
To be honest, Boosie had a bigger name currently.
Right. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, the money adds up. It's just that he has to appear more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to agree with you. It sounds like he's kind of pocket watching and hating. You know what? To be honest with you, I wouldn't say hating, because you know, if you getting paid, if I'm getting paid $1,000 and you getting paid $100, eventually, if you know your worth, you'll want to get paid more, right? Right. Especially if you know what you contribute. So, unless he's downplaying Boosie by saying, "Hey, man, you know Boosie ain't worth that. Y'all need to get that to me," then that's hating. But if he want to get more scratch, then it's like,
nah, man, it's people getting in his ear. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's people in his ear, like, "Hey, man, you know, you should get in there." I heard some comments that he was saying, what Vlad said, that he had came up to him with some comments that was on the video, and he was like, "Yeah," he said he only watches Vlad because of Aries, and He only pays for the membership because of Aries. You know what I'm saying? And when Aries not on there, he cancels his membership. You know what I mean? But he trying to come with some receipts like that. Like, yo, man, come on, man. That's dumb,
I heard
man.
some bullshit like that, but nigga, fuck that. Nigga,
Yeah.
fuck that. If that's the case, then how come Vlad already have 1 million, 2 million subscribers on his platform? He got a ton load of motherfucking subscribers. He got a ton load of motherfucking members. So that just sounds like some old, some bullshit ass excuse. Like, hey, you see this one comment? Out of 5,000 comments, you're pinpointing, small little shit out there. So that's fucking, tears, two tears in the bucket, bro. Like,
man, and I like Aries, man. He's funny, man. He has his viral moments and stuff. I mean, I've even his stand up. I like his freestyle stand up that he do now, current, where he's just going off the dome and he's destroying people in the audience. You know what I mean? He's a funny guy. And another thing about it, like he just came back from that. I don't know. I guess it was in Saudi Arabia or something like that, where there was a big old controversy about the comedians doing a show over there in Saudi Arabia. Dave Chappelle went there.
We did a live about that to where they had like I Show Speed and a lot of other people was over there and they was getting paid, and that wasn't a good look. He was over there.
Yeah, he was there, and he got paid a bag. The way
of course,
he got paid like nice. You know what I'm saying? So I know he ain't ran through that money already. You know what I mean? Come on, man. You doing too much.
You got
what's up? Yo.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, to each his own. I don't think he's I don't think he's funny, bro. He's not on the same tier list as a Dave Chappelle. He's not on the same tier list as I'll put Kevin Hart up there, but he's lower. But he's not a Cat Williams. If you want to bring it back, he's not a Richard Pryor. He's not an Eddie Murphy. So, he might have something funny here or there, but I kind of put him on the same equivalency as a male version of Monique. Monique, I don't think she's funny either, but she's put in a lot of work. So you got to give her credit on that. But yeah, bro. I can't agree with you on the fact that he's like you saying that he's like kind of pocket watching. Wait, hold on. We got a couple of comments. Icy baby, what's the word with it? Barbara J, what's the word? Yeah, man. Hey, y'all need to hit that like on your way in if y'all haven't done so. Do that. But yeah, man. Let's try to get some more context. I got this video from Forgotten Kings, man, and they talk about this whole Aries Spears, Corey Holcomb, Vlad TV situation in totality. So let me share this screen real quick. Yeah, man, it's not looking too shabby for homie, man. And shout out to Forgotten Kings. All right. Yeah, so the title of this video is Aries Spears get attacked by Corey Holcomb and Joe Buttons after the fallout with DJ Vlad. So let's go.
Aries Spears, you on the list of people that should be happy to get whatever crumbs they getting.
He hit a little lick, but I know he was dependent on Vlad TV.
Yo, what's up? This bruh man from the fifth floor, and you tuned in to Forgotten Kings TV.
Then I get these text messages from Aries. Yo, Boosie's getting 25,000. We need to renegotiate. And look at these comments. Look at these YouTube comments. I only watch Vlad TV when Aries on. Yo, Aries needs a raise. Aries is my favorite guest. He's the only one.
Like, the thing, like, I feel like that's such a weak ass fucking argument, bro. Like, because if Vlad wasn't doing the numbers that he was doing before, then I can see that. But Vlad already has his motion. If he's giving people 25,000 just to appear, he's making bread, bro. So without Aries Spears, Vlad still will be Vlad.
Right.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
What I watched, and I said, well, first of all, you just got raised up. You get nowhere near the views of Boosie. Nowhere near the views. Like, Boosie's just a way bigger figure. I looked at my phone and I said, I am done with this motherfucker forever. Aries Spears.
Damn.
Shit. Hey, and I said earlier, like, you know, Boosie is the bigger person, but to be honest with you, you don't even have to be the bigger person. If you are a better guest, if you always find a way to make people funny, or you always go viral, then people will watch. You feel me? Right. It don't, like, Boosie do have the bigger name, but he actually have me. Come on, man. You know, this nigga's always saying something that people is catching on to. So, of course, if he's bringing in the views, he's gonna get paid the money. So,
that's true.
I just like feel like that whole, hey man, you see this comment? I feel like that's kind of like a false equivalency, you know, but you know, to each his own, man.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Aries Spears here. Listen, man, I said I wasn't going to address this because I didn't feel like I really needed to, but I'm going to address it because the warrior-like spirit in me that's an Aries, because that's my zodiac, is fighting it. But I'm going to try to be a gentleman about it as much as I can. Apparently, Vlad decided to do an interview where he's taking shots at me and throwing me under the bus. And let me just say for the record, Vlad, you are a coward, a narcissist, and a hypocrite. Because I didn't even really watch the whole video, because what turned me off immediately was he started out by saying, we're not friends. You said to me in my face on multiple occasions that we are friends. But now all of a sudden, because I asked you for a bump in pay and that pissed you off, we're not friends. So which is it? Tell the truth. And let me give y'all a little bit of backstory. So basically I called Vlad and said, look, I feel like I want a little bit of bump in pay because I know my value. You once had Lord Jamar, Godfrey, Tony Yayo, Boosie, and me, all of which many times people said were your best guests. Who's the only one left? Me. Godfrey left, Jamar left, Yayo left, and Boosie left. I'm the last one standing. And when people go, yo, I watched the show because of you, yo, I subscribe to his channel, the moment your interview's over, I unsubscribe. There's value in that. So you're mad at me because I'm recognizing my worth? And I told you I wanted to be fair. I wasn't even saying pay me what you pay Boosie, because I get it. From a numbers business standpoint, I get it. I'm just asking you to be a little bit fair. And now here's the thing. Again, you're a liar, you're a coward, and you're a hypocrite. Because what you do is you want to be seen so badly instead of just doing what you do best, which is stay behind the camera. 2 times you asked to come to my shows. One, I forget where it was in LA. I think it was Oxnard or Brea or whatever. And then the other one at the Nova Theater. Both times I gave you free tickets. And you said to me both times, yo, shout me out, shout me out. Why is that? Because it's so important for you to have the attention on yourself. And I didn't shout you out because I knew that. That was my moment. That was.
So what you think? What you hear, man? Is this cap or you think this true?
Well, what Aries got to say?
Yeah.
Nah, man. I mean, his word ain't gonna hold no ground on that, man. You know what I mean? Because first of all, you pocket watching. You know what I'm saying? That's a form of hate right there. I ain't gonna even lie, that is. And yeah, I honestly feel, you know, even though I do like his comedy, the numbers don't add up. I mean, like I said, he was getting the same amount, but he just have to appear more. You know what I mean? Yeah. If your numbers was that much as of a Boosie each time you appeared, I could see that. Another thing too, Vlad said that he just gave him a raise. You know what I mean?
I'll peep that out
so
too.
You coming back again, you're double backing again like that with these comments. Like, I get Vlad on that part. Like, man, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Get up out of here. I just gave you a raise and now you coming back again? Come on, bro. Chill, man.
So, if Boosie is being paid $25K he just gave Aries Spears a nice little raise. Can we have that conversation of do you think that he's the culture vulture now, or should we wait furthermore for this interview to play out?
Man, I know that that culture vulture thing is, you know, it's bad for white guys in hip hop, bro. You know what I'm saying? They gonna throw that on you so quick. You know what I mean? And yeah, I mean, it's basically his only content he got. You know what I mean? Is that lifestyle? You know what I'm saying? Anything that adds up into that lifestyle or pertains to it. You know what I'm saying? A branch
Now,
of it, you know what I mean?
Not to be no Vlad sympathizer, but I have seen him. All right. We know he interviewed the Boosies. The matter of fact, that BTB Savage guy that talked about some people that came up in his spot, he ended up unaliving them. And then, like a week later, after that interview, because he was bragging about, yeah, you know, I popped him and he was dancing, you know, like a rope. And then he ended up getting smoked like a week later. People blame that on Vlad. So Vlad interviewed Sammy the Bull, if I'm not mistaken. Vlad interviewed, I think, some dude named like Nicky Scafano, some mafia guy. He's interviewed a lot of other people from other races that's in that street life. Now, the question would they'll probably say, "Oh well, he don't pressure them," or maybe they know how to evade certain lines of questioning. You know, so I said this the other day. We had a live. I do think when it comes to like getting on platforms like Vlad and like Adam 22, you really have to watch what you say, because you can't get mad at the journalist for asking the questions that a lot of people want to know.
Right, that's true.
You have to be PR trained enough not to fall into it. And another thing, if Vlad is inviting people to have drinks and to have smokes to get them out of their element, then I can understand that, because then you're putting them in a trick bag to where they can say anything, you know. But when you start,
is he doing that?
That's a good question. I don't know how they get down.
I don't never see guests on there drinking or smoking on Vlad. I don't think I do. Do they?
I can't really recall like that. See, that's what I'm saying. Like to be fair, I think there's been a couple.
Boosie smoke on there. I think Boosie smoke on there.
Yeah, probably.
But I don't never see nobody else like have a drink. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, normally nah. You know, so and the thing is when you're on social media, just like we have in this podcast, we have to be mindful of the stuff that we say also. You know, we got to worry about whatever ramifications about these people that we're talking about, and then the YouTube guidelines. You got to speak within terms of that. So you have to be responsible for the stuff that you're putting out there to the public on public platforms, because people could take things any type of way. So I really believe that it's up to the people that's getting on there, because we hear so many people say, "Hey, don't go to Vlad. Don't go to Adam 22," but then they go there because they're getting paid. So either you don't support that platform, or you just watch what you say when you get on there.
Right. I mean, is it the man's fault that he owns a platform and you happen to say it on his platform? Is it his fault that you said it?
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Nope. Remember AR App?
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah. Hey man, I shot him down the corner. You see this guy right here? Man, I seen him walk up and blow a dude brains out. Man, he's with it. I seen him do it. Like, what type of shit is that, bro? Like, that's self-mission at its finest.
Now, on that part right there, Vlad shouldn't have never put that up. For real.
Like, yeah, you know what? Hey, we have to scrap this whole thing.
And he should have edited or bleeped it out. You know what I'm saying? Something, dude. You just can't just let that fly out like that, dude. Hey. So he was kind of responsible for that too.
I'm not gonna lie.
That wasn't live.
That isn't hard to see. Like once you watch it back and edit and like, oh, this don't look too good. Hey, bro. Either I'm just gonna trash the whole thing, or I'm just gonna have to hella censor your shit because you said some wild shit, bro. Like you actually cared. So I can agree with you on that.
Then, huh?
Yeah, that's just like, ooh, this is some juicy shit. Upload,
but he just destroyed that man's life by not editing. You know what I mean?
So
he's kind of responsible. He's responsible for that part right there, dude. For real.
And the crazy part about that, he looked like he was sober as hell on that couch when he was saying whatever it was. So,
man, I guess he was so happy to get an interview from Vlad.
Huh?
I said, I guess he was so happy to get an interview from Vlad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. That shit is wild, bro.
Yeah.
It's my time. When I'm on your show, it's both our times. So there's that. Then here's the other thing. You went and talked shit about my podcast partner, Andy Steinberg, who you befriended both times you came to my show. Now, all of a sudden, you talking shit about him? Make that make sense. And let's get another thing straight. 9 times out of 10, when you want to boost your numbers, who do you always go to? The Black community. So whether you are using us to help your platform, and I'll be real, we help each other. And I've said that. I've never disrespected you. I've never talked crazy about you. I just simply said I want my worth. But you use the Black community when you need us, and you play the Black card when you in some Black dussy. And when I say dussy, I don't mean the word dussy. I mean a word that starts with P that rhymes with dussy. Because that's who you are, gadget. And when I say gadget, I'm not talking about the word gadget. I'm talking about a word that starts with F that rhymes with gadget. You understand?
Jeez. I don't think he's getting back on Vlad TV, bro.
Yo, bro. Yo. The dude is funny to me, man. I'm sorry, man.
Go gadget. Hey.
Man.
Yeah, man.
See what I'm saying? You gadget dussy. And I'll do you one better. I'll come on your show one more time for free. You ain't got to pay me shit. And we can talk about it right then and there so we can get the truth. Because there's 3 sides.
No.
Yeah.
That ain't happening, Chief.
For real, though.
You ain't going to be able to do that one. Like,
no. You can't worm your way back in like that, bro. That ain't going to work.
Bro.
Yo.
The truth. Your story, my story, and the truth. So don't be a coward. Bring me back and let's go through it. And I'll take a page out of Cannabis's book, Second Round Knockout against LL. We can get it live in front of the cameras on your own sitcom. I'll let you kick a verse. I'll let you kick them all. I'll even wait for the studio audience to applaud. Now watch me rip the tap from your arm. Stick you for your Vanguard award in front of your mother first, second, and third born. Have me get on the horn, call Minister Farrakhan, so he could persuade me to squash it. I say, now, that. He started it. He forgot what a hardcore artist is. You want to talk shit about me, the one of the best shit talkers in the game? Bring your ass. Bring your ass. Have me on. Don't be a coward, dussy. Don't be a coward, gadget. Let's get it on. Because you Russian, I'll do like Drago. If he dies, he dies.
Aries Spears, you on the list of people that should be happy to get whatever crumbs they getting. Your name is cold as hell, especially since that Tiffany Haddish shit that we don't really talk about no more. You cold as could be.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's some real creepy shit right there, man.
Yeah, man. And people, I'm not gonna lie, people kind of let them off the hook pretty easy with that because people talked about it. They're like, hey, yeah, this look weird, and then on to the next thing. But
yeah, that
could have been career ending. Like, that's crazy.
You don't have leverage, beverage, or nothing else that rhymes with leverage. Picking up the phone. Hey, I need more money. Not you, Aries Spears. Sorry. The Mad TV days, long gone. You ain't got Blistex money in your pocket. He crusty out the side of his face, looking all stupid. You got to look in the mirror. Before people ask for more money, they got to look at themselves and say what? Look. Don't say nothing. Find the mirror, stare, gaze. Have an honest assessment about what you see. Mm-hmm. And then decide if you want to move forward with asking for more money. Asking for more money can get real tricky. It could go quickly to, oh, there's no money. Because Vlad gonna fire him.
Yeah.
Vlad ain't gonna do nothing but fire this whenever the time see fit, whenever the contract run out, all that's over with. Then what's happening with Aries Spears? Where's Aries Spears going? Sorry, Aries Spears.
Whoa. What's that?
Hey, yo, the man had the nerve to call him a gadget, a dussy, and then say, bring me back in the same sentence.
Nah, man. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't know if it's pride or something, but you dissing somebody like Vlad, that somebody that's already established,
right,
to where he don't have to do much. Yeah, ain't no way he gonna be like, hey, you know what? Yeah, let's be buddies. Like, nah, it's pretty much fuck you.
Yeah,
he already said fuck you before, so it's fuck you forever, basically.
For real. Yo, man. And he wanna get up in here and play these games and get back in the algorithm like that. And then they gonna go back, like bring up the Tiffany Haddish shit on him. They gonna bring up the Zoe bombing on him on Corey Holcomb. You know what I'm saying? And any other, they gonna talk about his eyes. I did hear that Vlad, whenever he appears on Vlad TV, whenever he appears there, that Vlad has a makeup artist for him. You know what I'm saying? I guess to cover up his the circles up under his eyes.
Dark marks.
Yeah. I guess that's what it is. I don't know. I remember him saying he took care of that. Like, I don't know, maybe he had surgery done or something like that. But I remember that whenever he's on Vlad, you don't see it. And then when he's like on his own podcast, you see it.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it don't really, I can still see the black marks. And we got some comments. Aries need to stop. It's been over for him. Vlad was the only one interested in him. Hey, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's like Aries kind of has a name, but his biggest thing was going on was like Mad TV, and that was mad long ago. Yeah, that Tiffany thing destroyed him and her. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that really did kind of. They was kind of already on their way out, and then that was just the big gaff to get them out of there. Like, you know, we already kind of don't want to deal with you. Let's find a reason to get you out of there. Oh yeah, that clip. Yeah, Epstein. All this stuff is going on with kids. Like, no, y'all part of that. Y'all got to go. So that didn't do anything to help. And to be honest with you, like I said earlier, I do agree with you on the fact that all that pocket watching and stuff, you have to be comfortable with what you're getting. And you, like, if you're on Vlad TV, use that as another source to get on another platform.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's beneficial to him, and he's messing up his own bag. You know what I mean? Because whenever he's on Vlad TV, sometimes he has viral moments when he's on there. And, you know, that pays off for him and makes people, you know, more interested in him. Like, they're like, oh, Aries Spears, I never knew of this guy. And now they going to his show. You know what I mean? So, you know, it ain't nothing, some promotion for yourself, and you're getting paid. Like, what are you doing?
I'm not gonna lie, he kind of fumbled the bag, bro. And I think he realized that, because if you really was done with Vlad, you wouldn't be asking to get back on you got your own platform. So why don't you say what you gotta say on that platform and then have him respond on his, and y'all do a back and forth thing? But you know that Vlad platform is the biggest platform. If I'm not mistaken, Vlad has over like 1 million subscribers, bro.
Right.
Like, so that's instantly going to get you in the algorithm of whatever shit that you need. So Aries fucked up, bro. And to be honest with you, we was laughing about that whole Zoe situation, but what really sparked that off, once again, like we talked about Clay and we talked about Megan, allegedly she's a drunk. So Aries Spears got his ass whooped because he was drinking too much and talking out the side of his neck.
Right.
All as though, oh yeah, that's that light-skinned nigga stuff and this and that. Well, nigga, I'll beat you the fuck up. And Zoe actually did that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, Aries, I don't know if he's still heavy on the alcohol right now. But yeah, he gets in these situations to where he's damn near his own worst enemy.
Right. Yep. Mess his own bag up.
Wait, you can't pronounce my name. Laughing out loud. Kiaya? No, Keys. Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah, my bad. Hey, what's that, corny?
Kazia, Amir.
Yeah, that part. Yep. See, we got it. Know what I'm saying? We got you. We got you. Don't trip.
Yeah.
Lucky.
What's up with you?
He was added to a show overseas, and I heard they tipped him a good lick. It's like all this. If you in it long enough, you might hit a good lick. He hit a little lick, but I know he was dependent on Vlad TV because Vlad TV was his way of being in the public eye because he doesn't have the wits to do his own. He tried, but it didn't work. I'm talking about the gooey raccoon.
Right.
He doesn't have the wits to pull nothing like this off.
Yeah.
So he was on Vlad's show a lot, and Vlad paid him more than he make probably at these Clinton nubs because it wasn't popping for him. It started popping for him when he got his notoriety dealing with Vlad. So all I'm saying is this. All y'all motherfuckers who say whatever, I would have Vlad come on my show. Want me to tell you why? Because I believe we can have a conversation where it won't turn into fuck you. I believe he would talk to me in a way respectfully, and I would talk to him in a way respectfully, even if we disagreed on something.
Right.
That's what I believe. I would take the chance because Vlad has a name. If Vlad wants to come on the 5150 show, and the reason he would have to come on the 5150 show first is because it would show goodwill. Now he don't need no money.
Right.
He got paper, god damn it. But I'm saying like shit, come on the 5150 show, and all you goofies stop talking about where I'm supposed to go. Cause you see me with the skin I'm in, and you think you should go on Vlad. Shut the fuck up, cake ass. If I listened to you, I would have followed the sucker outside and been sued for a fight. Yeah.
I think you're talking about Anton Daniels on that part. You said because if I was listening to y'all,
that's right.
Yeah, hey, you know what this made me think? Like, well, we got a couple comments. Hold on. And next in the news, Julio Fulio. Oh man, what's up, Brian? Yeah, close enough, guys. Thank you. Oh, for sure. Appreciate you. But yeah, I was about to say, bro, like as far as Vlad, you had Godfrey, Lord Jamar, Aries Spears, Lil Boosie. All of these people are complaining about finances and not getting paid. So is it the guest problem or is it Vlad problem not properly paying these people?
I don't know. Yayo gone?
Huh?
Didn't they say earlier that Yayo gone?
I just seen Yayo on a interview and he was talking about he was recently and he was making fun of. He was like, "Hey, Vlad, I need a raise and I need my own makeup artist like Aries Spears." Oh, so that was recently.
Still messing with him, yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay.
Godfrey, Lord Jamar, they gone and they haven't came back. So it's
Lord
like
Jamar
damn.
came back once.
Huh?
Lord Jamar came back once.
Yeah, but I think he done for though. Because they had their little spat, and then it was basically over. Like he kind of came to make up for everything, but after that, haven't seen him on there.
Yeah,
and,
for real.
And to be honest with you, they started their own platforms. Lord Jamar got his show that he do with Rod Digger. Godfrey got his own thing that he do. So he got his own crew of people. So it's just like, yeah, man. I don't know. Like, can you blame Vlad for this, or is this like, or is it the people fault that's getting on there?
I don't blame. Well, Vlad, he's kind of like, I don't know, I ain't gonna say quick tempered, but he made quick, rash decisions like fast when it comes to relationships. You know what I'm saying? The thing with Lord Jamar, that could have been worked out. You know what I'm saying? But they both were standing their ground, and Godfrey agreed with him, and you know he left on that. You know what I'm saying? But you know they could have just came to terms on that. And you know, like I said, he appeared back on the show, and they came to terms on that. But he hasn't been back on since. But still, though, man, you know that's grown man shit right there. You know what I mean? And this could have been handled a totally different way, especially if you just got a raise. Like if you just got a raise, man, and like Corey Holcomb just said, you just hit a lick. You know what I'm saying? That's that shit I was talking about in Saudi Arabia. You know what I'm saying? You got paid fat. So what you do? You blow that money, dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, why you ask for more money like that? Just because he was getting paid that. You know what I mean? Like, damn. And the whole thing was Boosie. Like, did Boosie ask for more money?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Boosie
man.
did. But I don't know if that was before he started getting paid 25K, but I think Boosie did. But do you think Boosie actually had the right? Because, like I said, he was getting viral clips down there every episode.
Well, you know, maybe, you know, that's what it was for a minute, you know, for whatever time it was. And inflation kicked in. He was like, yo, man, just got to match up with inflation now. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that was it right there. Who knows? I don't think Boosie ain't hard up for no money like that, though. I don't think, bro.
Hell no. I'm off topic, but I need beats. Your TikTok said you produce. Yeah, just hit me up at on Instagram. If you got Instagram, hit me up at Klasic Music or Klasic Beats, either or. It's spelled the same way. So yeah, get at me. Aries was up and coming, and then crickets. Yeah, like if you want to say up and coming and stuff like that, like my whole thing is I really think he was really popular during Mad TV. That was early 2000s. Other than that, like what other roles that he had that was actually big?
No roles. He just had comedy specials. Like maybe maybe one or two comedy specials.
It's Vlad problem. He's cheating the blacks with pay he's cheating the blacks with pay except Boosie. So I guess he has his favorites that, you know, hey, well, you give me a lot of views, so you get more money. But honestly, I think that's how it should go. Like, honestly, I don't think everybody should get the same rate, right? Because if you're not pulling in the views and I'm spending more than what you're actually worth, then that would be bad business.
Yeah.
Boosie
Absolutely.
more famous than Aries. Yep. Hey, that's what we're saying. Like Boosie is more popular. And like I said, I think he's actually he's not even a comedian, but he's funny. You know, so it's just how he get down. Oh, for sure. The Pest. That's not like a movie that was like mid 2000s, right?
The Pest?
Yeah, Aries Spears.
What was that?
The Pest.
I remember that name.
Nigga, that's 1997 with that the dude that played Mario Brothers. Oh, John Lugizano or some shit like that.
Okay. Oh yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, I remember that now.
Damn, that's a long time ago, bro.
Is that his only movie?
Let you know what? Let's look this up, man.
Yeah, because I can't remember from no movies, dude. I don't even remember him being in that movie.
Damn. Okay,
oh man. Yo.
Damn. So basically, Mad TV, 95 to 2009, Jerry Maguire, 1996. Shaq and Cedric the Entertainer, All-Star Comedy Jam, The Pest. C-Bear and Jamal, I don't know what that is. You know, he got, to be honest, he have more stand-up comedy gigs or DVDs or specials other than actual movies. He was in Out of Sync. Like that's some old ass shit. Higher ed. Don't know. He was in the Proud Family.
What?
This nigga was in Why Do Fools Fall in Love?
He was?
Apparently. Immortalist, like, what the fuck is that? So he got some credits, but a lot of this stuff is like B-rated stuff, bro. Like some A-list stuff, but it's like I don't think he was actually like a real factor in it. Like, I don't know, bro.
But, yeah, and it cut off at a certain point too in the years.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to just agree with Corey. Like, he came up on a lick with this stuff overseas, and he came up on another lick dealing with Vlad TV because Vlad had a platform to where you could just be doing your stuff on the side while you still make your appearances, and you'd have been double dipping. You'd have been having your own shit go on, and then you'd have been making your appearances on Vlad TV. So he kind of messed up the bag on that one, bro.
Sure did. I know he regrets it. That's why he called him a gadget. And actually to come back in the same sentence.
You gadget, and now have me back on.
Hey, you ain't gotta pay me. Just bring me back. So
no.
Man. I know I messed up. Come on, let's have this back out, bro.
Man. On to the next.
Shut the up. Let me tell you something, man. If you don't have more than one car, you can't tell me shit.
Let's talk about it, y'all. That was Joe Budden and Corey Holcomb reacting to the falling out between Aries Spears.
Hey, okay, I see he do got to make a artist because he don't have them black marks under his eyes, bro.
Yeah.
You see?
He said he supplied him with a makeup artist every time he came.
That's wild.
Right.
Is there, like, can you get some type of surgery to fix that or something, bro?
I think, yeah. Hell yeah, you can.
Man, yeah, you might as well stop being lazy, bro.
And DJ Vlad from Vlad TV. All right. Now, of course, for those wondering, how the hell did we get here? Well, listen, this all started the moment that Boosie asked to be paid around $30K, okay, for his usual interviews on Vlad TV. Okay, this is what Vlad revealed, that Boosie requested to be paid $30K, and Vlad said he was paying Boosie somewhere between $20 to $25K. Okay, this is what Vlad is saying, that 30 was a bit much, and he really wouldn't be seeing a profit on the back end, right? You get what I mean? This is, Vlad and his reason why he couldn't pay Boosie the $30K. All right, now, of course, that situation.
Now, $20K, $25K. Vlad do these interviews with him. They be like an hour, 30 minutes. He break them up to clips that's 10 minutes long. He probably get like 8 clips out of a video. And he's saying that he didn't want to go up to 30K because it will be messing with his profit margins. So that go to show you that he's making a bag off of them videos.
Right.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean he'll be getting into his profits off of the clips. You know what I mean? Which, I mean, damn, man. Like you said, an hour and a half, 20 to 25,000. Come on, bro. Come on, man. And then Aries gonna turn around. I know he didn't ask for that much, did he?
Hey, he bet not. Hey, but that's what happened when you deal with rappers, because for an hour set, they're gonna get like 50 bands, 100 bands to do their performance and everything. So dealing with Boosie, dealing with a rapper and a comedian, that might be two different things. Unless you're dealing with someone like Kevin Hart, he's out of the stratosphere, but Cat Williams might be more affordable. Dave Chappelle, he might do some, buddy shit to where it's like, hey, just hook me up on the back end, whatever it is. Right. But comedians and artists are on two different plateaus when it comes to finances and what they get paid, like for, hourly wages or whatever it is. So Aries, I think he's kind of, once again, I'm gonna go back to what you're saying. I think he was pocket watching other people, listening to these comments, or and to be honest with you, he probably scouring through the comment section just to find that one or two comments, or he actually told somebody, hey, put this comment up there so I can say this bullshit, because I don't think nobody's really, he got his audience, he got his fans and stuff, but I don't think people are saying, hey, after your videos are done, I unsubscribed. If people unsubscribe after the video is done, how profitable is that for DJ Vlad or Vlad TV?
I mean, that's very profitable, because every time he would come back on, he say he paid for the membership. So you're paying this man more than one or two times for a membership. So you put money in that man's pocket.
But he's not on every month though.
No, he's on frequent. He's like, it was like once a month or every month and a half or something like that. Because
you just got to pay for the subscription once a month. So if he's on there every month, then basically the people aren't jumping off. They're just constantly paying for another subscription. But what he's saying is people unsubscribe and they disassociate once he's off the platform. So if that's the case, then like I said, that really isn't lucrative, because if you got people coming back and forth, they might miss a month or 2 months because you're not on there, then that's not actually having people that stand there, because you got people that lock in. They won't even subscribe to your content for a whole year. Like, oh shit, I forgot. Let me go check in, but they still be members. So, it gives too much, like you're trying to put dubs on a Honda to where you're bringing up these little receipts that you want to call that's not necessarily fluent. If you were saying like, fuck all the comments, what the numbers say. If you're saying like, hey, this video is outperforming Boosie, this video is outperforming X, Y, and Z, I need this. That would be more self-explanatory, other than, hey, you see this? They said they like watching me. Who gives a fuck about that? If it's not making money, then it don't make no sense. So that's the harsh truth about it, in my opinion.
Right. So he should have shut the hell up.
Shut up and get your money, you big dummy.
Yeah. Mouth got in trouble.
How we seen Boosie said, you know what, Vlad, it's been real, but now I think it's time to start my own Patreon and do my own thing, right? So in the midst of that, you got Aries Spears sitting over here like, wait a minute, you said Boosie get paid 20 to 25, so now Aries is like, well, damn, I done stood in the fire with you for many years, despite many people within the culture saying, yo, Aries, why are you up there with that man, right? Many people have warned Aries about this, and yet here we are. He feels as though, you know what, now is the time, stick my chest out. Vlad, I think I deserve more. And Vlad told him to his face, listen, you're good, but you ain't that good, goddammit. Boosie, he's a bigger draw, right? But the point is, this is the risk you run when doing business with Vlad, right? And understand, Vlad, No Jumper, and the rest of these platforms, they've been criticized a lot over the years. And despite the criticism, right, from people within the culture, people continuously go on the platform, right? Not understanding that this is a tactic that's been used for many, many years, right? The old divide and conquer tactic that's essentially monetized, right? We understand controversy sells, right? And in the end, that's what all of this is about, right? It's to keep you engaged. And when it comes to controversy, listen, Vlad, No Jumper, academics, listen, we know the usual suspects. You get what I mean? And in the end, it's a business, right? But some of these platforms, as we all know, they have their own agenda. And listen, like I said, once you're doing business with these platforms, there's no need in, complaining when, again, we've heard these criticisms over the years. Listen, you run the risk of going through a situation we're seeing right now with Aries play out, right? Aries feeling like, listen, I've stood in the fire with Vlad and I deserve to be paid more. You get what I mean? Not understanding. Listen, it's a business, okay? According to Vlad, he's got to, pay the bills. When you expand in the business, right, it costs a lot. And when you're talking about paying guests, that's when it's tricky, right? We understand for the sake of this goddamn dollar, individuals are able to pit us amongst each other for the sake of the money. So all of these tactics, you get what I mean? Divide and conquer, gatekeeping. listen, it's a lot to peel back when we're talking about this situation here, because one, you can look at it through the lens of, business making sense. Then you got those who feel like, listen, Aries, you played yourself because we told you for years, seeing situations like Godfrey and Lord Jamal play out. You know what I mean? This is what happens, over the years. And look what happened in that situation, right? Lord Jamal came back. Everybody looked at him, with a look of disgust and disappointment. But that's the risk you run, right? When you go against the people's well wishes after many years of being warned, be careful doing business with homie over there, right? They're trying to create a successful platform within the space of Black culture. You get what I mean? And let's go back to what's considered ethical and unethical. Like I said, the moment we seen platforms paying people astronomical amounts of money for interviews, that's when things got tricky, because in the end, it's not about who's being truthful and honest. It's about who's going to get, the views and the traffic. And in the end, controversy has always been one of the biggest tools used, right, to keep people engaged. As long as I can get people emotionally involved in the content, that's a win. And I get paid. So listen, even with the situation here with Aries Spears, depending on how you view it, Aries is not wrong for naming, his worth, his price. And in the end, Vlad has a right to accept or decline. But like I said, it's many ways to look at the situation. And, even myself, I'm trying to have, I'm continuously maintaining a successful platform, and it becomes difficult because now people are asking for this crazy amount of money. And in the end, we just want to give the people what they want, right? We don't want to get to a point where, now people are not really getting content. You're wondering why. You're seeing the same guests on everyone's platform because after a while, you know what I mean? It's not worth the amount of money that you're putting into the content, So I understand, when it comes to just the business and making a return on, your investment. However, when you're dealing with a Vlad or No Jump and these other platforms who've been doing this within Black culture for many years, understand the risk you take. If you don't want to deal with this, then you have to create your own platform. But with that being said, y'all let me know. What are your thoughts on the controversy involving Aries Spears and DJ Vlad? Who do you think is in the right? Who do you think is in the wrong? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And also, did you agree with Joe Budden and Corey Holcomb's viewpoint? Again, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. But with that being said, that's all I got for y'all today. Again, my name is Sensei Rip. Till next time, peace.
Yeah, shout out to Forgotten Kings for that video. Very good breakdown of everything, man. And yeah, honestly, like I kind of feel like this whole situation reminds me of the Monique situation. You want to get paid a certain amount of money and you're complaining about like the Amy Schumars. And I don't think Amy Schumer is funny at all, but statistically, if she's doing more numbers, she's going to get the bigger bag, and you can't complain about that. So the same thing with Aries Spears. Instead of bitching and complaining about you want more money, do something that's going to actually get you more money. Like, you don't have to sell out. You don't have to start raccooning yourself, but make some viral clips, and like you said earlier, he did say a couple of things, because recently I did hear that whole comment about the Ice Cube never made a good song to me. That went viral. I was like, oh yeah, this dude tripping. No matter if I like it or disagree, it's getting people engaged to watch the video to see the context of what they're saying. So, he kind of got it, but he just needed to do that more, so.
Yeah, he had some other viral moments too. Like, I forgot what it was, but it was like a real big viral moment at Vlad, a clip. I forgot what it was. It was pretty funny though. It was something about Vlad, something about a conversation about LGBT, gay, something like that, and it went viral.
Yeah, word.
Something about, I don't know, it was like a gay conversation or something like that. Like, I remember he said, "This nigga gay." That's all I remember. He said that to Vlad. It went viral, you know what I'm saying? But he had some viral moments there. Like, And like I said, like, bro, if you could just shut the hell up, get paid, and promote yourself, you know what I'm saying? Reach more people. You know, you right there on a bigger platform than yours, far more bigger. You know what I'm saying? So you got the exposure right there, and you're getting paid. And you just got a raise, and do you double back? I don't blame Vlad for that, bro. I don't blame Vlad for that. Like, yo, like, I mean, Vlad, like I said, he quick to end relationships quick. You know what I'm saying? So I guess he just had a thought, like, you know what? Fuck this guy. You know what I'm saying? Just like
Hey,
that.
he said it in that video. He's like, nigga, fuck me.
Just the way that's the way he thinks. You know what I'm saying? He cuts off. He claims that, you know, people are friends and all that, but he cuts people off very fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about, but I guess it's all about the money, and he's thinking like that. Like, but,
you don't know what that's about. I was about to say, bro, you know what that's about. He got that FU money.
Yeah. You know, it's an ego thing too. You know what I'm saying? So that has a lot to do with it. But yeah, man. I'm gonna have to agree with Vlad on that, bro. I'm gonna have to, especially if you came back and you just got a raise. I'm definitely, I gotta agree with him, bro. He was in his
So
right,
the question is, if you just got a raise, then what were you getting paid before then?
Right.
Were you getting crumbs then?
You must. Hell yeah, he was. You know what I mean? Like, so I guess the last, he was getting 5,000 per the last raise he got, I guess. I think that's what it is, because it was something somebody was saying, like, Boosie comes this amount of times, he comes this amount of times, but each time he comes adds to what the amount Boosie is not there. You know what I'm saying? It adds up to that one time. So they basically getting the same for the time that Boosie's not there. And yeah, it adds up that way. He just had to appear on the show more than Boosie. That's all it was.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, homie. He bugging on this one. Like we kind of said before, you should have shut it up, got your money, and knew how to flip that with other opportunities, because it'd be easy for you to go on different platforms, be like, yeah, you know, I got my interviews on Vlad TV. Yeah, my going rate is X, Y, and Z. And that's the thing, like when you're in business, you have to know how to take advantage of that, because let's say Vlad give you 20K. Your going rate now is 20K. So you better start going to everybody else. Hey, you got 20,000, you got 20,000, because this is what I'm getting paid. So it raises your stock to where you can cash out. But you know, apparently, I guess he don't have that hustler mentality about it. And it's crazy. He's from New York. New Yorkers are known to be hustlers, you know, but everybody, you know, it is what it is. People are different, but yeah, Aries, this nigga to call somebody a gadget and bussy and dussy and all this shit. And then you turn around in the same breath, like, but have me back though for free. Like, you know, he really is missing the money, or he's thinking about, like, you know what, I kind of fucked up. I kind of fucked up my bad.
Yeah. That's what
exactly, bro. So
right here. Exactly what he's saying.
It don't look good, bro. And I can see why Boosie is asking for more money, especially if he's going more viral. And you know, the numbers don't lie. So in the age of statistics and analytics and stuff like that, that is going to be in your favor, or it's going to be the detriment of what you got going on. If you don't have the analytics to back it up, then you can't really request the certain amount of money that other people are making, you know. And the funny part about it, let's just be real. Some of these people are actually using view bots. They're paying for views and stuff like that, just so they can negotiate bigger deals. They will say, like, hey, I'm making 3 million views every month. I need X, Y, and Z. 2 million of them could be bots. But the companies aren't going, they can't really recognize all that stuff. So that's one of the games that I'm noticing. A lot of these big streamers that you think are big, they're paying for bots and all this stuff to inflate their numbers. So when they negotiate deals, they get paid more money. So, certain people know how to manipulate the system compared to others.
Yeah.
Brian said New York is known for Ninja Turtles in sewers also, but you don't see people getting crazy about it. Yeah, Brian. Yeah, the fighting turtles, bro. But yeah, man, like I think this situation, at the end of the day, is Vlad a culture vulture? I can't say that he's actually a culture vulture because people like he's not. I wouldn't say he's tricking people, but people are willingly going on a platform because they see the money is good. So, if they don't want to fall into that same bag, then they shouldn't participate.
I've never seen Vlad as I've never seen him like as a real culture vulture like that. Adam 22, he fits perfectly in that category to me. You know what I mean? That's the perfect definition right there. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's like because Vlad do cover other things like you said, the the mafia, and you could get some cartel members over there, maybe some sicarios, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's a different. But his main thing is where he come from is the hip hop generation. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where his roots is at. You know what I mean? So just because his roots is there, I mean he's always been there. Back in the days, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been there in the back of the scenes. You know what I'm saying? So he loves the culture too. He loves the culture too. You know what I'm saying? He loves hip hop music.
The homegirl Jaguar, she would disagree.
I know. I was just thinking about that.
just talking about like where's his DJ set at? And the thing is, I do think there's a difference between Vlad and Adam because Adam really gives off the vibe of he's really being messy and he's really there to end. You've seen Vlad try to diss certain people, neighborhoods in front of them to see how far he can take it. You've seen him ask questions that will be kind of controversial between two people to where it can ignite.
Right.
I don't know if Vlad do the same thing. If he do that, it could be behind the scenes.
I don't ever see him do things like that.
Yeah. So that can be the difference. But on Adam 22 side, he did start off with the SoundCloud era. He used to interview a lot of underground people. XXX Tentacion. He got his first big interview over there. So that means something, but then at the same time, it don't have to mean anything because you could start off with pure and good intentions, but when you see the money from controversy sells more, you could turn into a messy asshole and then just go against your morals. So
that dude don't have no morals.
Yeah, man. So and then if you want to talk about what he do personally, that's another thing. So
wow,
I'm gonna agree with you on that, bro. I think Vlad and Adam are like two different.
Okay, like this. Okay, that comparison right there. Who's if they're culture vultures, which one's the bigger culture vulture?
Definitely got to say Adam 22, bro.
Automatically.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that can be very. The reason why it can be very questionable because Adam 22 has done some very questionable stuff, from letting people sleep with his wife, playing around with the whole I'm wearing a thong type stuff. Like if that's what he like to do, that's what he like to do. But he seemed like the type that will sell out for money and throw anybody under the bus for the bag. So
you know what his last name is, right?
Man, he got some crazy. What is it?
Grand Mason.
And that's what I'm saying. I was about to say it's like some real hillbilly type stuff, but Grand Mason.
And his dad was a part of What do you call them motherfuckers? Some compass motherfuckers?
Oh, for real?
Yeah, the Freemasons.
Yeah, them 33rd degree motherfuckers and stuff.
Yeah. And it's a known fact of that. And during the time, I don't know if he still has it, but during the time that T-Rail and AD was there, you know, it was said that he had like a picture. Oh no, he had a fucking statue of the head of the devil on his desk.
Well, like that Baphomet stuff or whatever.
I don't know if that's what it is, but I remember seeing a little short glance of it one day. I can never find the clip, but yeah, it looked like the devil. It was like a black statue or something. It was the devil, horns coming out and all that.
Hey, that's wild as hell.
Somebody, man, this would be a great clip to find. But somebody had asked him, yo, why do you keep that up in there? He's like, oh, I just do that just to piss off people who's like real religious fanatics. Yep.
Damn,
that's
what I was about to say. What's the name for that? For people that I don't want to say sadistic, but damn, I forgot that. Because they said like Suge Knight is kind of like that. Just do shit to know that's going to piss people off, so they just want to agitate and irritate people.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's sadistic, but yeah, that's man. Brian said the potential for money always changes one intention, and that kind of go along with the line of like it's not money is the root of all evil, it's what people will do for money. So
right.
Yeah, if you're willing to sell your morals and you know what you think is right for a bag, then that says a lot about you. And I'm not gonna lie, that kind of seems like that's what Adam is on right now, especially with the high turnover of hosts that he had. Like, it's crazy. When 80 was there, everything was cool. And I remember that was like around like when COVID was going on, or CV19 and all that. He had 80 on there. 80 was doing the news and all that stuff, and everything was going cool. Once 80 got fired, and then they just started having a turnaround of different hosts. I already knew something was up with that, you know. So yeah, man.
He was trying to find that he was trying to find what left. You know what I'm saying? And I guess he think that's what he got now with the panel he has now on the Tuesday show. I guess he feels that way, but it'll never be that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie, that like how Adam runs his show reminds me of like a job that I had a long time ago back in the day. Like, I used to fucking, try to do my best and stuff like that, work hard, try to get promoted and stuff. And it seemed like he kept around the employees that was coming late, or if it became too problematic, he got rid of them. So he really didn't care about having good employees. He just wanted people there. So at the end of the day, if you have a high turnover rate, you don't have to worry about promoting anybody to get paid more money. You can just always constantly hire new and give them $2 compared to giving somebody $20 that's been there for 4 or 5 years. So you would think that a good businessman will want to have good employees, but if you just want people to fill up suits and you don't care how they perform because you're already getting paid from your contract, certain people operate their business like that. And that's the same vibe that I'm getting from Adam. It's like he don't care what controversy, he don't care about who get popped, what type of drama ensues, long as he don't get bothered by it, because it's all going to generate him money at the end of the day. So it is what it is, bro.
He loves the drama.
Hell yeah. Hey man, shit, we did our time for today, man. Appreciate OG Corndog for pulling up, man. If y'all haven't done so, hit that like, hit that subscribe. We do this every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. The next episode, we're going to have another special guest in here. Y'all better stay tuned because I know y'all do not want to miss this. So, hopefully all y'all have a good night, man. And on that note, we out of here, man. Peace.
Yo, you now rocking with Klasic music. Now, what I want you to do is hit that like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Yeah, let's get it.